Good evening and welcome. Since people enjoyed the last video of these, we are doing 50 more 2-sentence horror stories from Reddit. If you missed part 1, you can find that on the screen towards the end of this video. If you enjoy, please comment below your favourite horror story. And anyway, without further ado, let's begin. Number 1. Happy children laughed as they pressed their face against the other side of the glass. That night I learned why mother always kept the mirror covered. Number 2. I used to be considered the evil twin, but now I'm considered an only child. Number 3. Now be careful, that line of rock salt is the only thing keeping them out, the man said, welcoming my group into his refuge. Sea salt, I clarified. Sea salt keeps us out. Number 4. They say we have a primal sense, that we can just feel when someone is watching us. It's been a few weeks, and it's clear that you do not have that sense. Number 5. Yesterday I visited my boyfriend who was serving a life sentence in prison. As I watched that asshole shaking and pissing himself with fear, I knew he finally regretted beating me to death. Number 6. After I killed myself to escape my tormentor, I lost all my memories as I was reincarnated in a new body. The mother held her newborn child in her arms and said, "Did you think you could get away that easily?" Number 7. Good girl, I murmured to my beloved dog as the first tears slid down my face. I didn't think her little teeth would hurt this bad, but it's been 3 days since I fell and there's no need for us both to starve. Number 8. The tests are negative, you're not pregnant, the doctor said. I have no idea what that thing in your body is. Number 9. Lying naked in front of me, she looks a lot sexier than I thought, and for the first time in many years I can almost feel my erection. We know you're having a hard time, but we don't need you to confirm this is the body of your daughter. Number 10. I came home and heard a soft hissing noise coming from the kitchen, so I tried turning on the lights to see what it was. Apparently the power is out, but luckily I have my lighter on me. Number 11. After a lifetime of constant agony and total paralysis, I was finally at peace. Then I heard the doctor say, "He's back, we've got a pulse." Number 12. I've learned to love my body the way it is. After all, it was so difficult to find a suitable host. Number 13. Yes, sweetie, the blood means you're a woman now. He was too groggy to make sense of the pain between his legs, but he managed to ask, Mum, what did you do to me?" 14. I have lived a happy life, even if my parents are a little overprotective, but I'll be damned if the digitally aged face on this abducted child's bulletin isn't my own. Number 15. Our new roommate has tried to kill everyone in my family, so tonight while he's asleep, we're all going to crawl up his nose to spin our webs and lay eggs in his sinuses. 16. My lungs were burning and my limbs were rapidly losing their strength, but I strained myself to swim towards a light that seemed to fade in my darkening vision, only to collide against solid ice. 17. How do you kill 100 people with 2 bullets? 2 loud bangs followed an intercom and we all screamed as the plane began to plummet. 18. Being able to see with my eyelids closed was an unexpected consequence of my surgery. I thought it was cool, until I went to bed that night and saw the shadow people around me. 19. I cried as I felt the baby suddenly start kicking again. Dear God, why did I have to miscarry during the zombie apocalypse? 20. My kid pulled a prank by putting a mirror under his bed and asking me to look for the monster. The joke's on him, as I can't see myself in the mirror. 21. My wife has been in a coma for over a year now, and not a day goes by when I'm not sitting beside her hospital bed. I'm honestly terrified that she's going to come and tell someone what I did to put her there. 22. "I've got your nose," I said playfully. As I sewed the last piece of her face onto mine, I knew that I would finally be the pretty sister. 23. As humanity's last effort, we sent a message to the stars. It echoed into the infinite nothingness, waiting for a response that never came. 24. I woke up to my husband's body, stabbed and slashed, and the bed was soaked with blood. I screamed and screamed, and then I realised that the kids hadn't come to see what was wrong. 25. I wrote, "Mum, Dad, he's just proposed to me and made me the happiest girl on earth," as my tears drop in the letter. "No tears, write it again," he said. 26. "Papa, look, I'm on the TV," said the 3-year-old. "What does kidnapped 2 years ago mean?" 27. I yawned and stretched my arms, wondering why it was so dark. We are gathered here today to mourn the passing of. 28. I just found my notebook containing my college essay on governments brainwashing people and making them forget things. The strangest part is, I never went to college. 29. I approached a man in the graveyard and told him that I was too scared to walk alone. As he escorted me back to my grave, he said, "Don't worry, you'll get used to it." 30. You can leave this room when your sister does, my mother screamed as she locked the door behind her. I turned in horror to the rotting corpse. I finally realised where Lily had been all these months. 31. My loyal buddy looked at me, eagerly awaiting me to scratch behind his ears with bright eyes, panting and drooling with his tongue exposed. Amazing how a lobotomy changes a man. 32. I writhed in pain as my boyfriend held me down and twisted the coat hanger inside me. I regretted lying about being pregnant to him to stay. 33. As a tapeworm appeared in the toilet pan, I grabbed it and pulled hard. I wanted that thing out of me. And that's when I felt my tongue jerk backwards. 34. As I stared into her eyes, my knees were weak and I had butterflies in my stomach. It was then I realised I spiked the wrong drink. 35. I've been counting sheep for hours. We still don't know how their bodies keep ending up in the trees. 36. I splashed my face with warm water and used my fingertips to gently remove the sleep crusts from the corners of my eyes. It wriggled against my touch and retreated back into my tear ducts. 37. I always hated that my brother left us because our mother's hoarding, but as I uncover the human bones buried beneath a mountain of debris, I wonder if he ever really left. 38. When the king stepped out of the palace, he found a crowd of his subjects enthusiastically shouting his name. His smile broke apart when he saw the guillotine in the town centre. 39. It was annoying how much she screamed every time I saw her. Sawed her. 40. The police were apologetic when handing me my daughter's suicide note. I didn't take too much time reading it. After all, I wrote it myself. 41. We went looking for God. All we found was an empty, bloody-stained throne. 42. Happy birthday, Ellie, we cried out joyfully as my daughter blew out the candles on her cake. That's him, officer. That's the man who took her, I said, pointing as a stranger in the back of the shot as the policeman paused the home video. 43. Mummy, I made baby all clean, my 8-year-old daughter said to me with a smile on her face. I rushed upstairs to the bathroom, only to hear loud thumping coming from the laundry room. 44. I visited the large oak tree, which was rumoured to tell the future to those it needed. The leaves whispered I would fall before they did. 45. For years I've always been playing his drum so hard, until I accidentally broke it today, leaving a giant hole in the middle. Now it's time to crawl out and move to his other ear. 46. Even though I've been a widow for nearly 6 years now, the sound of Robert snoring will still wake me up. Only now I can't suffocate him to make it stop. 47. After killing the last of the humans, the AI was finally able to rest, knowing it had fulfilled its only command: end world hunger. 48. I'd give anything for just one more day with you, Dad. Moments after my late father materialised on the sofa, I watched my infant son vanish as if he never existed. 49. I stole something at the grocery store today, but now it won't stop crying that it misses its mum. 50. But I really cleaned it, said the nurse who kept using the same syringe to take the blood samples. Thank you all for listening. If you did enjoy, show me by tapping the like button and maybe even subscribe. You can find part 1 to this series in the description as well as in the annotations above, if I've hopefully remembered anyway. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.